Hello, and welcome to Mortals and Portals, a Pathfinder real play podcast. I am your host and GM, Zach, and joining me at the table is...
Adam, and I play Jules, an Azarketi bard.
I'm Joel, and I play Dax, a kobold ranger. No, wait, rogue.
Same thing.
I am Joel, and I play Dax, a kobold rogue.
I'm glad I wasn't the first one to make a mistake, so thanks for that, Joel. I'm Ryan. I play Ryu, Magus Tiefling.
I'm Taryn. I play Waltz, who's a human champion.
But he's not a human champion yet, because you're making him right now, because you accidentally deleted him right before we hit record, so...
Correct. We actually decided we needed one more person on this podcast, so we asked Taryn to hop in.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll find out what Waltz is. So, thank you for joining us on our adventure through the realm of Keldora, which is a solar system of 7 planets. Travel between these planets is made possible by ancient and mysterious landmarks called nodes. Whenever 2 nodes on 2 different planets are aligned, anyone touching one of those nodes will be transported to the other through a magical portal. There's plenty more lore where that came from, but we'll get to that later. So let's dive right in, starting with the kobold Dax. You're in the wilderness. It's kind of a very traditional looking forest region. It's not super dense. You're kind of sitting there resting for a moment. You've been wandering about the wilderness for a day or two. Would you like to describe what Dax looks like right now?
So Dax is a pretty short kobold guy, which if you're not familiar with D&D or Pathfinder or just high fantasy, a kobold is kind of a descendant of a dragon, kind of. They're little dragon-esque lizard people, effectively. He's about 4 feet tall, kind of burnt orange, reddish skin. His clothes are very tattered, wind-torn, super dirty, dusty. You see him leaning against a tree, picking at his fingers with his dagger, looking pretty confused.
Nice. Well, yeah, you are confused. So can you roll me a perception check?
Absolutely.
I swear, like every tabletop RPG is just like endless perception checks. It's just over and over.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
First one is always perception.
It's always a perception.
That is a 23.
Whoa, dude. You did not need to go that
Good
hard.
start. It's a good start.
Not necessary.
Solid.
Yeah. Okay. Does your guy have ears? I don't know. I just picture there's like little holes in your head.
He does have ears, for sure.
Well,
they're
your
hidden
ears...
under a hood, though.
Oh, okay. Well, your ears perk up, though no one sees it because it's under a hood. But they perk up. And your eyes grow a little wide because you hear the sounds of a rickety wagon rolling down what sounds like a path, which is the closest thing to civilization you have heard since you've been here for a day or two. And it sounds like it's just a short little jog down a decline.
Okay. He'll grumble and scurry behind the tree and kind of just peek out, watching, waiting for it to come by, observing.
I'll let your 23 perception roll over so we don't just roll perception. And you see a wagon rolling down the road. There is a very small, short, gaunt-looking man with a big straw hat. He looks old. He is wearing green overalls with no shirt underneath, and he's got big, hairy feet. And he's slapping the reins on his horse, and you see in the back of his wagon, he's got 2 little sacks of something, and he's just whistling to himself.
Okay, I will, I'll just kind of wait for him to pass by, and then I will try to scurry and sneak on to the back of the wagon
Nice.
without him noticing.
Cool. Oh, yeah. Roll a stealth check. Can't wait for you to assassinate this poor old man.
That is a 26.
He sounds like he had it coming.
Nice. Very cool. So you kind of scurry down the decline, but very quietly. This is exactly the kind of thing you do. You make it onto the road. You get behind the cart. You grab onto the back and roll just silently up against the sacks that he had in the back, which is right up against like where his backrest is. And you're laying completely prone.
All right.
Super cool
I'll
Mission
just,
Impossible maneuver, by the way.
For sure. I'll just lay back super relaxed, super casually, and just start kind of flicking my knife in my hand, flipping it end over end,
Nice.
playing with it. And then I will kind of observe his whistle for a while, and then
It's a terrible
start
whistle.
whistling
He's not
with
good
him.
at whistling.
I'll try to just whistle the tune with him.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll roll to see
Adding
if he
harmonies,
notices.
I guess.
He goes, oh, what? oh, and he turns around and he's all wide-eyed and he sees you back there. He goes, oh, whoa, hello. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for the ride. Where are you headed?
Yeah, no problem at all. I forgot I picked you up. You scared me there.
Oh, yeah, way back. I mean, miles ago. You forgot already?
Right. Yes, he rubs his brow. He looks very confused. You can tell he's like literally replaying the thoughts of like his day. Oh, man. Yes, sorry. It's just old age, you know. You know how it is.
Sure.
We're heading to Karos, of course. We must deliver the
Karos.
apples.
Oh,
I told you that. I
I'm
already
sorry.
told you.
I know. I'm sorry. My memory's not that great either. So, no, that's fair. And then Dax will flip up. I'll flip up into the front seat with him. Sit
Nice.
right next to him.
Yeah, he puts his hand on your shoulder and just gives you a pat like your buddies.
I was just kind of kidding with you earlier when I was telling you my name. My name's actually Dax.
Okay. Weird.
Were you fibbing with me too? Was that your real name?
I don't recall telling you my name, but then again, I don't recall much.
Yeah, you said it was Steve.
Is it really? I thought it was Digsby. Are you writing that down?
What? No.
Are you taking notes?
No, it's fine. How long till Karos? About how long we got left, do you suppose?
I can't really say. To be honest, I don't even remember how long I've been on the road. This all blends together.
Oh, God.
You look
This does
terrible,
not
by the
bode
way.
well.
Have an apple.
Well, excuse you.
Well, you just look so... You're not your usual self. You look so hungry.
I mean,
I haven't seen you like this before, Dax.
thanks for the food, I guess.
If at all.
Look, this is a weird place. It's a lot greener than where I'm from.
What?
Do you know much about this area that we're in?
Of course. Did you eat the apple, by the way?
Yeah, he'll take a bite. He'll rub it on his shirt, take a bite.
He goes, that'll be 1 silver.
Whoa,
Gotcha.
wait. Oh, Digsby.
What?
Always trying to get one over on
You
guys.
ate my apple.
No, that's fair. I'll flip him a silver.
You don't have any silver, man.
Oh, crap. I will not
He's the
flip
first
him a
boss.
silver.
You have to battle him.
Guess
for
he
the
does
apple.
have to die. Yeah.
Okay, then I guess I don't flip him a silver. You can, dang it. I'm
Dax,
fresh
do you
out.
not have any silver on you?
I'm sorry, man. No, I don't.
It's all right.
What a bummer.
Just help me carry the apples to the general store when you get to Karos, and we'll call it even. It's
Absolutely.
killing my
no
back.
problem at all.
Okay.
No, I get it. Man at your age shouldn't have to carry apples anyway. I got you covered. Don't worry.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Oh, delightful. Anyway, you were saying?
Yeah, what can you tell me about this area? I'm obviously not from here. I'm used to much drier areas.
Well, wait a minute. What's that? And he points ahead, and you see a man walking down the road with his thumb sticking out, indicating he'd like to hitch a ride. Taryn, would you like to describe Waltz, if you've made him and your character creator?
Waltz is essentially.
He's still trying to spell out the name.
Yeah, there's a lot of letters in that word, in that name. Waltz is essentially Kronk if he also kind of looked like Tom Holland and was incredibly jacked.
Oh, wow.
And about like
That's
6
attractive.
foot tall and just a good looking guy. Yeah, what else should I go into? Is that enough for the initial explanation, or?
I mean, maybe like, what is he wearing? What kind of?
Yeah, he wears like more like a chainmail, very basic kind of like low level soldier type outfit. He's got like a light blue undershirt, no helmet or anything, so you can see his whole face, his hair. Even though he's looks pretty rugged, his hair looks pretty damn good.
Nice. Oh, it's
for
got
some
like that
reason.
mixture of like sweat and water, but it looks like gel.
Yeah, so it's like a natural gel that just kind of keeps it looking really, really beautiful.
Nice.
He's got a long sword and a shield.
Nice. Well, that sounds like a very, very attractive man. Yeah. So this wagon, this wagon starts pulling up behind you. What do you do?
Yeah, like you said, I have my thumb out, and I'll just kind of try and wave it down. I'll wave at the 2 people that I see on the wagon and see if they do anything.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Digsby, this guy looks like he could carry about all the apples. What do you think?
I dare say you're correct. His hair looks so naturally coiffed. He's a very large man.
Yes, his hair is why he can lift apples. We should get him.
I wasn't insinuating that, Dax. I was merely Never mind. He pulls up behind and he starts slowing down the cart. Hello there, strapping lad. You look like you could carry some apples.
Yeah, no, I have a lot of experience carrying just about a lot of different things, and apples doesn't really seem too far-fetched from anything that I'm not capable of carrying.
Similar to other objects,
Whoa.
yes. Indeed.
Yeah.
Well,
You guys have space in your wagon there. Maybe I could catch a ride. I don't know. Where are you guys going?
we're
Caros.
yes.
Digsby?
That was close enough. Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's where am I? Where am I at right now?
You're right here.
What a question.
Yeah. Yes. About approximately what am I near?
You're near us. What? He looks at Dax like, I'm so confused.
Hey, buddy,
So-
I'm gonna go sit in the back. You can sit up next to him. Good luck. He's hard to get any information out of.
No problem. And I'll just I'll see if I can do maybe a strength check and just keep Dax in the front seat because I don't know if I want any part of whoever's driving this thing.
Oh, like you just want to kind of put your hand out so Dax stays?
Just like on my forehead, I'm swinging.
Dax, you just kind of accept his gesture and stay put?
No. Cross my arms and just huff.
So when you climb into the apple, he goes, although handsome, you look very hungry. Would you like an apple?
Yeah, no, I would
Don't do it.
absolutely I would
Don't do
absolutely love
Shut
it.
up,
Wow.
Dax.
Yeah, I am hungry.
Help yourself.
Whatever.
He winks
All
at
right,
Dax.
thank you. And I'll just take a bite of an apple without thinking at all.
Do you want more apples? Do you want like 5 apples?
Yes,
Well,
yes, or
first
several.
I'd like to. Can I just finish the apple I'm currently eating before I decide how hungry I am if I need another one?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right, all right. And he'll just trail off, like really confused.
So, do you want another?
What do I feel? What do I feel right now?
You probably were hungry, and it's definitely a good apple.
Then yeah, absolutely. I want another one.
Help yourself.
Oh my God, Digsby.
I look
Shut up,
around
Dax.
really suspicious. I look around really suspicious because I'm very hungry and I just want to eat, food because I'm probably starving. But
Dude,
the
absolutely.
reactions I'm getting right now are pretty suspicious.
So what do you do?
I eat another apple, obviously.
How is it?
Yeah, about the same as the first. They're both pretty good. I'm just very hungry.
What, would you like another?
Am I getting any less hungry? Am I still just as hungry?
I don't know, you're pretty big, dude, and you just had 2 apples. Like, it's probably not that big of a
How
deal.
many apples does it take to fill up Waltz?
You tell me, man.
I think one more apple and it's probably okay, I
Yeah,
guess.
3 apples will probably do it.
So many apples.
Help yourself.
That's a lot of apples, my man.
I'll eat another one, I guess. Yeah, I'll eat my third apple.
How
I
was
feel like
that?
regardless of how hungry I was, I'd just be like, 1 apple's enough.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever binged apples.
Yeah.
I don't think I have either, but now I'm kind of questioning it,
How was your
Would you like
third
another?
apple?
Maybe they are just that good.
No, I'm good. 3 apples is usually plenty for any individual.
Oh, okay, well, that'll be 3 silver.
I'm just sitting there crying, laughing in the passenger seat.
Can I check my little bag for any silver that I might have?
Yeah, you don't have any silver just because of the nature of where you came from. You kind of got separated from some things.
Right. I'll say, listen, you probably should have said that up front next time because you're probably going to run into individuals who don't have any money on them, especially
Well,
if
who
I'm
takes
wandering on this.
someone's apple without paying? Unless you're Dax, of course.
Probably the same type of person.
Look, it
that's
was one
waiting.
time. And generally, when something's offered, it's,
Hey, I don't
out
know
of the
what your
kindness of your
customs
heart.
are, but that's not how we do it here. You take someone's apple, you pay, but okay. Help me carry these to the general store when we get there, and we'll call it even. He looks a little upset. He really wanted to...
I'm sorry, man. I just had to let that go on that. I just, after the second one, I was mostly just curious how many apples you would eat, because,
He did eat a lot of apples.
right?
Yes.
I'm Dax, by the way. And I'll put my hand out.
I'll like very firmly grab his hand and say, "Waltz, good to meet you."
Ow. Nice to meet you,
Sorry,
Waltz.
did that hurt?
No, it's fine. Shake my hand.
He'll notice that he is hurt, and Waltz will look at his hands. And given what he had just done, moments previous, not that anybody else knows this, Waltz will put his hand on Dax and see if anything happens.
Do you want anything to happen?
What are you doing?
He's just. I don't even know if Waltz knows. He may not be sure. Exactly
I'd say nothing happens. So you reach your hand out, thinking I got this, and then nothing really happens. So you just weird him out.
Waltz will nod his head and be like, "How does that feel?"
It feels very strange.
Do you two know
are you
each
from
other?
here? This is these customs are not the same as where I'm from.
After he says that's very strange, I'll just look at my hands like amazed.
I did it. That was odd. My name is Steve, by the way, right, Dax? Isn't that? Forgot.
Yes, Steve, the guy that I've been calling Digsby the whole time that Waltz guy's been here.
Digsby. Yes, that's my name. Digsby the Apple Man.
I'll put my
That's
hand on Digsby and do the same thing.
Thank you. Rub my shoulders. It's been a long ride. My back is killing me. Do you rubbish? Does anyone else's first session start with massages on old halflings?
Oh my gosh. Old man just
old man massage? All right. Nope. No one wants to continue this? All right. We'll just let it
forcing apples upon
That's
people.
all right. You can do it later. It's no big deal.
I'll look to my hands confused. I'll be like, well, maybe, it didn't work that time.
Yes. All right. Well, all right. So the cart kind of starts descending down a little decline and gets sort of near the shoreline. Did you nod, Joel, because I said descend down a decline?
I did.
Yeah. It's a little
as they
repetitive. Do. Yeah. I typically descend down declines. Anyway, so after you descend down the decline, you get closer to the shoreline. So it's becoming apparent you're at least on a coast. You don't really know the scale of where you're at.
Just for my notes, is this downward from that decline then?
No, it's one of those upward. It's about to become an upward decline, but currently it's a downward decline.
Got it.
Sure,
Okay. Gravity makes
Those
no
are the kind of
sense.
notes that GMs want their players to take. So as you near the coast, you all sort of look over and start seeing this very handsome man walking out of the water. Adam, would you like to describe Jules?
Well, first off, if you want to kind of picture that scene from Casino Royale, where he just kind of hops out of the water.
Dude, no joke. When I was picturing
Of course.
what does it look like, that is actually what came into my mind.
Right, same.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Including the blue shorty swim trunks. No, I'm joking. But no. So Jules is he's an Azarketti, so he's like a fish man. He's got kind of tealish blue skin. His hair kind of looks like seaweed, but he's very handsome. Almost Brad Pitt-esque a little bit.
Wow.
And then he also is wearing pirate garb, those kind of baggy sleeved white shirts that are, super sexy. And he's got
Is it unbuttoned?
I still wear those.
Oh yeah, you can see like past his sternum, he's got some
and it's like a white
maybe
shirt
this
too,
next
so you can
part
see his
doesn't make
nipples because he just came out of the water, right?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
First nipple reference.
He's got rapier and a trident that extends. That's pretty sweet. Well, we'll see that later. And he's also, you can see where his skin is exposed. He's like just covered in nautical tattoos.
Dude,
so
nautical tats. Wow.
Nautical, dude.
Dude, nautical.
Oh my god.
That's how he talks.
Yeah.
So what does Jules do when he emerges from the water and sees a wagon? Yeah.
Yeah, seeing the cart, I'll kind of look around, and then I'll raise my fishy hand. I'll wave at him and say, "Ahoy there!"
What? Ahoy!
Pardon me, I don't mean to interrupt your journey. And he
Please do.
He kind of looks around again.
Dax, do you think I want an apple?
I bet you can get at least 4.
Okay. I know this is a strange question, but do you have any apples?
Oh, wow. Do I have the guy for you?
Yeah, just don't pay him.
I've seemed to have lost my way. Would you mind giving me a ride to the nearest town?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Hop on.
All right. It appears this is some sort of service, seeing that you've got passengers here.
It seems to have become that for sure, yes.
Oh,
It's
wonderful.
pretty cheap fare so far.
Excellent. I
You
love
must
it.
be hungry after swimming all that way.
Yes, actually, I am quite starved.
I
Would you like an
I
apple?
pat Waltz in the chest. Like, look at that. Get ready.
I'll hop in and I'll say, yeah, only rule on this wagon here. You got to eat at least one apple. They're pretty good. It's a rule. You have to.
I'll just kind of stare at them because all three of them are like looking
Go
at each
on,
other and like
have the
talking about
apple.
apples.
You know apples, right? Do they have apples in the sea?
They're Granny Smith apples. Have one.
Oh, I did not know that going into this.
I'm familiar with apples. I mean, no, we don't have apples in the sea, but
Oh, well, must try
I'll
one.
like kind of I'll take one and
Not
like
even crab
slowly
apples.
bring it up to my mouth and take a very, very slow bite,
How
chew
is
it
it?
around a bit. Oh, it's delicious. It's very sweet.
Yeah, I bet.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
It's a very generous offer to give me an
Would
apple.
Would you like another?
I had 3 of them.
Yeah,
I
you
had
think
3.
you could
See if
beat
you
that
can,
record?
You should try. Yeah.
Actually, I'm quite all right. I don't want to upset
Oh,
my
come
stomach.
on.
No,
Apples can't be that bad for that figure.
Listen, if I know one thing in this life, it's that there's never a free apple.
Well, you're
are
correct,
some
because
wise
that'll be
words.
1 silver. Pay up.
Got him. Friggin'
I don't
got
have any
'em.
money. I apologize. Maybe you shouldn't offer someone an apple before telling them that.
I'm
Digsby,
off
does this
6
normally
apples
work?
That's
now.
what I told him. Yeah, I told him the same thing.
All right.
You
Well,
guys-
if you all 3 help me carry my apples to the general store, I'll forgive your debt.
Well, this one here looks like he could take them all himself.
I could
I
probably
know,
take them all
right? I'm
myself,
freaking
yeah.
huge.
I mean, just look at his hair. It's finely coiffed.
Oh,
Yes, it has that like sweaty gel vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Looks
But
great.
Sure.
I can provide some music for us.
That
Oh.
would be great.
Excellent. I'll take out my ocarina and I'll start playing a little tune.
Maybe dump the water out
that
of
is
it.
not the instrument I
Yeah, definitely
expected.
I'll blow it out and it'll shoot out water out on the.
Oh my!
God. Hey, Digsby, we're in the splash zone, huh?
I would say so, Dax. I would say so.
So we have Digsby and Dax.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm Dax.
And you are?
Waltz. Good
Waltz.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you. My name is Juldas, but my closest friends call me Jules.
What did he
Jewel
say?
You may
Dust.
call me Jules.
Jewel dust.
Jewel Das?
Juldas.
Okay. Julie.
Okay.
You can just call me Jules. It's fine. It's quite all
What an
right.
old man answer. Just okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
You know, I had a friend named Jules once, and he was a tall man.
He always paid for his apples.
Oh man.
Well, nice to meet you. Welcome aboard.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let's go on our way then.
I'll continue playing a little tune on my ocarina.
So, Waltz, what are you looking for? Where are you trying to go?
Yeah. Fantastic question. I'll kind of maybe cover up my neck a little bit and say, well, where is it that you guys are going?
I don't actually know this guy. I just kind of snuck onto his wagon and convinced him that we knew each other. I have no idea where I even am. I'm not from here. This looks nothing like home. So I'm just trying to find my buddy Meeg. He's a kobold, looks like me, kind of. But yeah, I'm just trying to find him. I have literally no idea where he is. So I figured first person I see hop on a wagon, well, maybe we'll, I don't know, going to a town with people is probably my best shot.
Right. Yeah. I'm looking for essentially the same thing. Any near.
Are you looking for Mig
civilization.
too? You know him?
You know, where? How? You've never heard of just hypothetically, Billerod? Have you ever heard of that place?
I'm sorry, I can't say that I have.
And then you hear an abrupt "son of a," and then the horses stop and the wagon halts to a stop, and you all look up, and there's a man standing in the center of the road. Ryan, would you like to describe Ryu?
I am not just a man, but I am Ryu, the elf tiefling.
Whoa.
So I know I said at the beginning that I'm a tiefling, but without getting too meta about it, Pathfinder allows you to choose an ancestry and a heritage. So my ancestry is elf, heritage is tiefling. So I've got these big...
Are you good looking as well?
I was just about to say I am like struggling to think of what like male celebrity crush I look like, and I'm struggling to think of it, but maybe it'll come in due time.
We took all the good ones.
Look, it was remarkably hard for me to come
there was
up with
only
something.
two.
A guy that looks like a lizard, so it felt offensive to pick anybody.
Is it like a Chris Hemsworth lizard?
Yes, I don't know.
Chris Hemsworth's
like a Ryan,
on like a
Ryan Reynolds
lizard body.
Dang it. Okay, so Chris Hemsworth is taken too. All right, well, if you guys come up with ideas, you can let me know.
Mr. Dean.
Ryan, you know he's an anime character, Ryan.
George Clooney.
Right, yeah, we all know this is some sort of anime.
So I, Ryu, have these long elf ears that stick out of it's short cut hair, but it's a little bit matted and a little bit grown out right now. He's looking a little bit dirty. I've got these two bone-colored kind of short horns that come out of my forehead, and I'm from a samurai clan called the Arakai, so I carry along with me a katana, but it's not just any katana, it's this giant odachi, so a big old katana that I wear at my side. The samurai robes that I'm wearing right now are more of like I guess I would say like a tan or just very muted color, also looking very tattered right now. I've just got this, very like medium build, but extremely like ripped, almost as ripped as these scars that you can kind of see poking out between the V in my samurai robes on my chest.
It's like a Bruce Lee type shred, right?
Yeah.
Imagine like a sexier, more anime, white-haired Bruce Lee.
Wow, that's
and now I get it.
Now I understand.
And now you know
Perfect.
why we saved Ryu for last. So
hold on, did you describe his eyes?
I don't think I did. That's
both in appearance and function, please.
One of the most important things about him, actually, are his eyes. And so what you can see is that he's got kind of the scarring that's going around both of his eyes, and the eyes themselves, the irises are white right now, which will be unfelded in due time.
Ooh.
I don't even know what that word means.
I don't know what that word
I
means.
like
I'm pretty
you
sure
lost me.
I made up a different conjugation of the word unfold.
Let's roll with it, dude. Hey, it's a
You
fantasy
lost me
world.
at
That
the-
is now a word.
Look, if you can be an elf, you can make up words. Who cares?
First of all, I'm even wondering if I want to step out in this cart. Where I come from, Ryu and his people are, I guess, subjugated might be the best word. Persecuted a lot from where he comes from. So just kind of anybody that he encounters end up seeming to be an enemy in some way. But because of his situation, he decides to engage this wagon. So I walk out in front of this cart. I place my thumb on the hilt of my sword and I kind of push it out. And I say, "My name is Ryu of the Arakai. I'll cause you no harm if you can provide me with information."
Dax will quickly stand up. Hey guys, and he'll look around to the rest of the group. Hey guys, there's another one. Look at that sword. That's freaking huge.
What did he say?
Do you want an apple?
Get him an apple.
This guy looks like he's very hungry for apples.
Come on.
Get
I
this
I'll
seek
throw an
nothing
apple at him.
but information.
Throw it.
I throw it at him.
Do an attack roll. PvP. Throw the apple.
no.
Not hard, just a
Little
toss.
Okay.
Do you
Yeah.
really want me to roll for
No.
attack?
Okay.
Okay.
Ryu, I don't think you would sense this apple. Do you?
I was just gonna say I probably don't. I was gonna ask if there's a way maybe I can just like quickly whoosh with my sword and slice that apple in half as it comes towards me, but I'll leave that up to you.
The apple thumps you in the forehead.
Awesome, thank you. I was trying to look
Jules,
so cool.
That feels aggressive.
What a good GM.
Yeah, dude.
Not very good at catching.
This is your final warning. Provide me with the information I need.
What does he say?
I'm so sorry for Jules. That was definitely an accident. We're not trying to start a fight.
That cost 1 silver, by the way.
Stranger, I don't think any of us know anything about what you're probably going to ask. We're all pretty out of sorts here as well.
Go ahead and ask it. Unless you already did and I wasn't listening.
One silver for the apple.
You can see the look on my face right now. I'm just looking like very exhausted. I've got like batters and bruise and dust across my face, and I'm even kind of rocking back and forth as I'm trying to hold my ground here. And I said that was your final warning, and then I just collapse face first onto the ground.
Jules, what did you do?
You killed him.
I just gave him
How hard
an
did you
apple.
throw that thing?
Not hard at all. I'll hop off the cart.
Waltz will hop off as well.
Yeah, I'll scamper down onto the ground.
Let's loot him.
Digsby runs up to get his apple.
Waltz will just kind of like do his best to just deadlift his like dead, limp body and just try and put him over his shoulders. To
I was
take
going to
him in
help
the
him
cart.
too.
Can I do a strength check to see if I just look really
You
strong?
wanna okay, yeah. Waltz like runs up and kind of hikes up his pants and then tries to like legit impress you guys with a deadlift. So roll a strength check.
I go up to help him. So if you just like pick him up, I'm just like, you just give me a look, like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, he's like, watch this.
What a tool.
I rolled a 12.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, Waltz, I feel like you go to deadlift him, you kind of get him and then kind of drop him and then like kind of maybe tweak your back for a second and then kind of like maybe try and play it off like, oh yeah, hey Jules. Yeah, thanks.
Are you sure
you
don't
would
need
help? I could get him by myself. If you want to help, I mean, yeah, we could carry him together. I'll let you join in.
I'll help. Yes. Yeah, give
Are
me
you
an
sure?
arm.
You sure you can? Yeah, I mean, you
I've
sure
got
you're?
Walt,
All
I've
right.
got it. It's fine.
This is awkward.
Yeah, you guys look like you've got this, so I'm gonna go back, I guess.
We'll start swinging him in the back like a 1. 2,
Whee!
and,
Watch
all right,
the
on
apples.
3, and then
Should we feed him an apple?
You probably
Yeah,
can't
for
afford
sure.
it. But I
You can put
suppose
it on
you-
my tab. I'll help
I
you
sup-
carry apples.
The tab. Okay. So what do you guys do around this unconscious elf tiefling?
oh yeah.
I'll
I
do
feel
a.
like
I'll kind of check him, like kind of a do a medicine check or something.
Are you trying to
See if there's any-
heal him or?
Yeah, see if there's anything I can do, like if he has some wound that if I don't know if he's like dying or something, if he's bleeding out.
Yeah,
So if
yeah, you
there's
can roll a
something,
medicine check.
Yeah, he looks pretty rough, Jules. What can you do?
that's a 16.
Yeah, so you're kind of looking him up and down, and he has extremely chapped lips, bruises, cuts. His skin looks sunburnt. You can tell he's just exhausted and clearly was out in the wilderness for a very long time.
Waltz will put 2 and 2 together and look at his hands again. And I look at my hands kind of confused, and I'll put both of them on Ryu's limp and dry and damaged body and just try and channel any healing powers that I can into his body.
So you put your hands on his chest, and you're waiting, and everyone's staring at you confused. And then they start to glow, and you see some of his cuts healing and his lips kind of losing some of its chappedness. Yeah, so you can fix chapped lips, by the way. That's canon now. And you have administered 5 hit points of healing to Ryu.
Sweet. That is the full capability of my healing, so I don't have any more left. But yeah,
Wow.
what does Ryu say anything?
You see my lips kind of start to quiver like they're trying to say something, and he's going,
What's he
Save
saying?
your strength, friend.
Everyone lean in.
Digsby, do you have any water?
Oh, yes. He rummages around in his overalls. He pulls it like out from inside his pants. You don't really know if he had clothes on under there or not. Hands you a canteen.
Wait, how much is this going to cost?
It's water. Don't be silly.
Sure.
What's
okay.
it look like? An apple? I'll help Ryu take some water.
I let the water splash across my lips, and then I can kind of feel it fall into my mouth as I take a few sips, and I gain the ability to now use my tongue and my vocal cords a little bit better, and I mumble some more.
It's a level 2 ability.
I was gonna say, is that an ancestry?
You can.
I mumble again. Burt's Bees.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Sponsored by Burt's Bees.
I don't know what that means.
Use the code Morts
It's
and Ports.
chapstick. Burt's Bees chapstick.
I say you're helping me.
Well, of course. You looked like you were
I'm
in
not
a
just
rough
gonna
way.
let you die in the middle of the road.
Are you not?
Certainly not in my
goblinoids?
wagon.
Are you not goblinoids?
No, can't you see me?
Dax, are you a goblin?
That feels rude.
What do you mean?
He's calling us goblins.
Well, yeah.
Aren't you a goblin, Dax?
Wow. Okay.
I'm so
Cool.
confused.
No, that's fine.
It doesn't.
When
Excuse
I hear
me,
that
so-
and I say, I knew it, and I'm about to draw my sword on...
No. Calm down.
Dax.
Calm down. None of us are goblinoids. Can you see us?
I'm thinking whether or not I want to reveal to them my handicap currently, and I say,
I'm waving my hand in front of his face.
He's contemplating. I can trick them.
I say, of course, duh. What a stupid
Okay,
question.
duh, your eyes
How
are
many
white.
fingers am I holding up? And I'm not holding up any. My hand's just down now.
All of them, of course.
Are you blind?
I am, but I can sense where you are.
That
Interesting.
sounds cool.
That does sound very cool. Well, don't worry, friend. We're all peaceful beings, it appears at least. I don't know about this Digsby with his apple sales and, lack thereof, I should say.
Give him
But,
an apple.
Yeah, sorry Jules hit you in the face with an apple, by the way.
Well, I didn't know he was blind at the time.
I certainly didn't get the sense you were allies.
No,
Well,
that seems fair.
Yeah, we did just meet.
We did sound pretty hostile back there, didn't we?
What's your name?
I'm Ryu. Of
Ryu.
the Erikai.
I can't say I'm familiar with the Erikai, but my name's Jules. This here's Dax and Waltz, and
Hello.
the man trying to push apples on you, I assume very shortly, is Digsby.
Hello.
Jules. And then I look to my left and I say, that must be Dax.
Yep.
Waltz, as I look to my right.
I'll just nod to you.
I kind of close my eyes and sense towards the front. Digsby drives the cart.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate your help, but I really must find out where I am and get back to my home.
You're here.
Where is he, Digsby?
In the wagon. I don't understand.
Well, obviously we're in the wagon.
We're going to Karos.
How is that spelled?
It's spelled Caros.
Karos. Okay, I got it.
Tell me, are we still on Desolus?
What?
Yeah, I've not heard of that either. What is that? Where?
Yes.
I guess where is that is the better question.
Desolus is my home planet.
Oh.
What is this crazy man speaking of planets? Silly.
Wait, you're from another planet?
What?
Apparently so.
Jules, what about you? You're from here, right?
No, I'm from Aquaria.
Because I'm not from here either.
Where are you
so,
from?
Waltz, are you from? I'm from Dracus.
Drac.
Waltz, are you from here?
No, I was just in Mandaru not too long ago. You guys haven't heard of that, have you?
I can't say that I have.
I can't say I've
Okay.
heard of any of your planets, to be honest.
Sorry. I hold on. I gotta redact that. Jules, Jules and Waltz would be aware of the names of the other planets, probably.
Oh, I would be. I wasn't sure because I was like from.
Nah,
under
just
the
being
sea,
like
how-
well-traveled pirate, you would have heard of other
Oh, okay.
planets.
I guess
and then,
that's true.
And then Waltz
That's
grew
true.
up like in a educated region.
I'll say, yeah, I just spent some time on Mandaru back in Mortifar.
Mortifar. So we're all from different planets.
Does seem that way.
You guys aren't making any sense.
Hold on, Digsby. How did you all get here?
I mean, I went through one of those, the portal things, whatever.
Right. Yeah, the portal thing.
That's the last thing I remember, and then I woke up
I did
here.
that.
Fascinating. Me too. Me as well.
I couldn't
Were
see
you?
it, but I'm guessing I was also by a...
I wonder why we all ended up here at the exact same time.
I mean, so I assume we're all trying to get back, or I was trying to leave, so I'm like kind of stoked I'm not back on my planet anymore. But I also need to find my friend, so...
If I wasn't here, I'd be feeding the fishes by now. Well, one large one, I'll say that.
Well, listen, I don't know why any of us are really here. It's probably just nothing more than a coincidence, and I don't think any story points are probably going to evolve out of this. So let's just go find your friend there, Dax.
Correct.
Well, anyway,
Sure.
it's nice meeting you all. See ya.
I mean, we can try. I don't know that he's in Karos. I figured the sooner we can get to more people than good old Digsby here, the better.
He's
Just
whistling.
for the overall plot, mostly.
Digsby, how far are we from Karos?
Let's see. We just have to take this little mountain pass here. It's a little unsettling.
Does it go up or descend?
It is an ascending platform that goes upward.
Perfect.
Yes. It's a little unnerving if you've never done it before. Hopefully you're not afraid of heights.
No. Are you kidding me? I'm a pirate.
A what?
Known for being really high.
Yeah.
Have you heard of a crow's nest?
Okay, touche. You got me there.
All right, so the cart starts to wind upwards, up an incline, you could say.
All the
And-
apples spill out.
Yeah, you start going on this very thin road where the left side of you is literally a cliff and you can just see jagged rocks down into the ocean. And then the right side is another cliff wall. So you're in a very narrow pass. Digsby is just whistling while he's taking the cart around, and then he goes around a bend. And just as he's going around this bend, like you can't quite see beyond it, another man steps out in front of the carts.
Huh.
You see
my God.
this human with tan skin, a patchy beard. He's kind of got greasy, slicked back hair. A crooked kind of Owen Wilson nose, since we've been talking about celebrities.
Nice.
Yeah, and he goes, wow. And as he steps forward, you see two more people step out behind him, kind of flanking him. One is a gnoll, which is a big hyena-looking humanoid. Has dark brown fur, a ton of scars, minimal armor, just kind of like rags wrapped around him, and just crooked teeth that are sticking out of his lips. And then a tall, slender, fit-looking elf with loose blonde hair and worn leather armor. So the first guy that stepped out, he had half-plate armor. It's got a little bit of dents in it, but he definitely has the most formidable armor of the bunch. And he goes, "Hey there, Digsby, why don't you bring the cart to a stop for me?" And he goes, oh, yes. And the cart kind of creaches to a stop.
Hey, some more people. What do you say? We're headed to Karos. What do you think? Want to hop in, eat some apples? We can be on our way. We're having a great time so far.
Well, surely he's going to Karos. That's the only place this road leads.
Cool. I'll jot that down on my notes. I did not know that.
Are you writing that down? Yeah, sorry.
Yes,
joke.
I am.
Yes, I am. He goes, "Well there, Digsby. I hope you weren't planning on taking all those apples to Karos. You haven't quite paid your toll this month, have ye?" And Digsby goes, "Oh, well, I'm pretty sure I only have 2 bags here. Surely I gave you..." No, Digsby. You're still a little short. So what do you say you hand over one of those bags for us? Well, I suppose." And he kind of looks at Waltz, because you were supposed to carry his apples. "Would you mind giving Nelly the bag of apples?" Chop, chop, let's go, chop, chop.
Yeah, no problem. And he'll grab the bag of apples and start walking towards this guy.
Okay.
As he's walking towards, he's going to try and kind of maybe wiggle the bag and get all the apples onto one side and create somewhat of a handle with the bag of apples.
Oh, nice.
I'll lean
Okay.
over to Digsby. You didn't pay the toll yet?
No,
You don't keep any kind of record of this?
No, they came to my orchard this month, I swear. I gave them so many of my apples.
Was it this
Perhaps
guy?
I misremembered.
I bet you didn't.
No, it was one of the Drake Knights, I'm sure.
Mental
Yes.
note: Drake Knights.
Yeah, so he sticks out his hand, waiting for you to hand it to him, Waltz.
Can I do a quick search action or search check and just see what I see with him, like the current situation with him and the two people with him, the two humanoids with him?
Yeah, you could roll a perception.
Let me do that thing, please. 17.
Nice. Yeah, so you're walking up. You see he's standing there, and as you're kind of checking out his armor, you notice in the center of his chest piece, he has what looks like a scale embedded into his breastplate. It kind of has the finish of a fish scale, but it looks larger, like from a bigger creature. It kind of shimmers when the light hits it. The two people standing behind him, like the knoll, looks like it's just kind of vibrating internally, hoping that it can lash out. You can tell he's kind of a chained beast of the group. And then the elf behind him has two swords, and he has his hand on one of them. And the Nelly, that you're about to hand the apples to, has kind of a confident smirk on his face. But then he sticks his hand out. He goes, "Hold on. Stop right there.
I'll stop. Yeah.
Where'd you get that sword, chap?"
Oh, the sword I have here?
Of course, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got this a while back. It was actually from my city that I used to fight for.
Funny thing, nobody on Nisserine is allowed to have weapons, except for the Drake Knights. You're not a Drake Knight, are you?
No, I absolutely am a Drake Knight. That's what I'm saying. We're all in this fight together, brother.
Well, I could see a bit of a smooth talker, but that was more of a rhetorical question, seeing as I'm captain of the region around here, and I don't think I've ever seen you before.
No, that's just because we're captains of different regions. I'm also the captain of a region, so you don't talk to me
Interesting.
like that.
Which region are you captain of there, mate?
The one right next to here, which is why I'm traveling to Carros. Are we going to continue asking ridiculous questions, or can I get to Carros? Otherwise, Lieutenant Werewig is going to be incredibly angry with you.
Where's your scale, Captain?
I'm sorry, I'm actually doing a little bit of fighting around here, so we don't always keep our scales in these battles that we have going on. I'm sure you've been nice and safe up in your little officer tent while I'm fighting the battles with my warriors.
Ryu turns to Jules, and I say, "Is he being serious? I thought he said he was from another planet."
I think he's trying to bluff.
He's good at it.
Yeah, he,
Man, I wish I had some popcorn right now.
We have apples.
Ryu puts his hand out, trying to find the apple.
I'll hand him one.
He slowly eats it while he's watching this conversation go on, and crunches into it super slow.
Digsby whispers, "That'll be 1 silver."
Ryu's standing the wrong way, he's facing the wrong direction.
He's just sensing them.
Digsby, now's not the time. I crunch into another apple piece.
You didn't even finish the one you started. It's so wasteful. Yeah, so Nelly, who you're talking to, has his hands on his belt with his head tilted back, looking kind of cocky. He's smirking. He goes, "I'll be honest, not many people around here have the guts to bold-face lie to a captain of the Drake Knights." And he kind of gestures his fingers, and you see 3 more, I guess we could call them Drake Knights, step on the ledge up above of the cliff face that you're next to. So now they're looking down at your wagon, and you see they all have short bows with kind of an arrow notched. And he says, "Here's the deal. None of you," and he looks back to the entire wagon, "have any right to be carrying those weapons. In fact, I think they should be an offering to the Drake. So why don't you toss them down, give me the apples, and be on your way."
Jules, they sound rude. They must be goblins.
They are.
I'm gonna leave my weapons right where they are, thanks.
Sorry, you said there's now more enemies with crossbows?
There's 3 elevated above you, looking down on the wagon, and then there's 3 standing in front of you.
Okay.
Digsby looks to Dax, and he says, Dax, I don't think this is a good idea. They basically run this island.
On whose authority?
Or the druid man, Sindor, the Drake Knights, I don't know. It just said, you don't want to do this. You're going to make it harder for everyone. Listen to the old man. Throw the weapons down and be on your way.
I'm gonna do nothing. I'm gonna wait for someone to make a move, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to be the one that ruins everything, I guess.
I take the apple that I was chewing and I hold it in front of Jules and I say, "You know what to do with this."
And that is where we'll end our session.
Nice.
With the apple
Nice.
cliffhanger. Thank you so much for joining us for our first session. I just want to give a couple shout outs. First to Joel for editing this episode, and Taryn as well, and also to Adam for all of our original artwork that you'll see. That's our logos and just character portraits. And to Ryan for that sick theme song that you heard kick off this podcast and some of our original music as well. Most of all, we would like to thank you, our listeners, because without you, we're just 5 guys making our wives mad because we played too much D&D. So,
And that might be all we are right now, literally.
yeah, literally. For sure. So yeah,
Yes, thank you.
We'll see how this turns out.
yeah. So you guys can check us out. We're on Reddit, Instagram, and Patreon, Mortals and Portals. And if you want to be a patron, you can hear our bonus episode called Downtime, where we're just going to react to this session, maybe have a little bit of a meta discussion, how we felt as players, characters, so on. Just a real quick episode. Otherwise, we'll see you next time, mortals